everyone. Today I thought we would do a small codex on those Dahhar. Um, and I already have the mission from the terminal. I recommend grabbing it. It's 170 kills, which seems like a lot. And it gives handgun reward, which I don't use a lot of handguns. I'm going to today because I picked one up while I was on Cyrene. I got it to drop, and so I'm gonna work through that a little bit on this small like 100 ped ish hunt. We're just going to work up, try and get that codex. Oh, I got the wrong gun out. I want this one. That was the trade terminal gun from Cyrene. That's the gun we want to be using. Said I got to drop while I was on Cyrene off one of the relative noob mobs. I think it was like one of the 80 hit points on that noob island, one of the tree dragons. These are nice because the young ones only have 80 hit points. So if you have decent defensive skills and some regeneration, you can actually sweat these or swant them if that's your thing. Um, Obviously, I'm just going to hunt today. Let's see what we can get. We'll for sure trend through that daily, finish that out. I'll go collect that reward at the end after we're done. And we're just going to try and codex a little bit. Um, See what we can get done. Get this codex knocked out to the next rank. Um, Obviously, we're not going to finish it today. We'll take that daily reward at the end. It'll be I don't know. It's hard to get excited about a skill you don't use very much. It's kind of just like you're going to be doing this anyway. Why would you not take the extra reward? These guys don't drop anything that's really worth much either. Even their hides and whatnot don't command a hide markup, but we do like finding fruit on the ground while we're doing it. But you saw it was only 13. That's pretty common here on Toulan. It's a smaller map, and so it seems to have smaller spawns of ground spawns. You're not going to find 160 something pieces like you would on Arcadia or something. I don't know if you can really find 160. I know I found over 100. But pixie armor and a relatively low DPS weapon even. Um, and these are easy. Nice easy mob. Um, Kind of entryway to gain some hunting skills and whatnot. Ooh, my coffee was really hot. But this is going to be a good way for me to burn out that pistol I got as a drop. Um, a lot of those drops are hard to sell, and so you end up having to just trade terminal them or use them up and get the skills. And I'm okay with being a well-rounded avatar that has reasonable skill in everything. A lot of people will tell you specialize, um, and it's probably better to specialize for returns and whatnot. I just enjoy burning them out, and so I'm not going to parse hairs when I get a fair amount of personal enjoyment out of it. And so that's what I'll tell people is you don't have to do what is the most economical all the time. Just make sure that it's in your budget zone and you really enjoy it. Like the enjoyment factor is where it's all at. At the end of the day, this is still a game. Um, and so you should be doing stuff that you really enjoy, not just grinding for the next level, so to speak. But also, you can see there's a fair amount of these Dahars out here on my radar, and so you're not likely to ever run out. And I think they've increased the spawn since the last time I was out here. I don't recall it being this populated, which is nice. That way you can have a few people out here hunting on these small mobs. And the reason we chose the Dahar young is for the codex. I'm not sure if they ever codexed the juveniles, and so there's a small juvenile spawn of these Dahars and Mokots outside of Guardian Village, and they count for the daily missions. The Mokot daily kill 40 and this Hot 170, which both give handgun reward, by the way. Um, they count for that, but I don't think they count for codex. Um, and so you're not able to double dip on the juveniles. That being said, they drop a bunch of newbie guns, like trade terminal style guns, uh, Healy kits, and some entry level armor. That, especially if you're a Swanter, right outside that village, I see people sweating those 10 hit point mobs and then killing them all the time. There's a daily mission out there for finding 5 dog tags off of them that gets you some ammo. And so if you're trying to eco grind it out, I guess sweating those and selling the sweat, taking the loot and selling that, and combining it with the occasional free ammo, you could probably break pretty even there. Um, Same if you swant tabs, which are the other two, which is kind of the two super eco ways to go on this planet. Um, Maybe I'll touch base on that later on if I have time before I head off to the next planet. And so you see the codex goes up still semi fast, even in the mid rankings in that 10 to 20 zone. I think codex stops at 25. I think I have. Let's check. I think I have a codex at 20. Yeah, 20. So obviously that's not the end. I think it's 25, and then it goes to a repeatable codex. Um, and so if you find a mob that you're doing well on that you really enjoy, uh, you won't run out of rewards for it, which is nice. Before you finish your iron mission, you were just killing to kill it because you enjoyed you were making money or you really liked it, using the drops for something, whatever your reasoning. Um, at least now there's like an added reward to hunt stuff, so that no matter what you decide to kill, you can kind of be like, well, I'm at least going to get some codex reward. And then a lot of these, at least this planet, there is a daily reward, I believe, for almost every monster on the planet. Um, and I say almost because I believe that the Kafas, that Quaffaz mob, the 4-legged little blue Stitch on steroids, um, or was it lethal? I don't remember which one was the monster and which one was the little girl. The monster one, not the little girl. Um, this has been a while since I've seen those movies. My bad. Um, but that's what they kind of remind me of. There's not a daily for those um, that I saw, but I found one for every other monster that's not part of their new mutated event series that has its own codex, is my understanding. I'm hoping to check that out at the end of the month. I think they're doing that again at the end of every month. I think they have a Toulan style event like that, and so hopefully we're still here and we can check that out. That'd be kind of neat. And so I think it's next weekend, actually, from when I'm making this video, that the next event it'll be the end of January. And so we'll kind of go check that out and see. I don't really think I have the armor to really participate in that event too heavy. Um, I don't think there's much for the low to mid level hunter, but we'll check it out and we'll see. It'll be interesting either way. Um, and after that, we'll probably head off to a new planet. Not sure which yet. I like Rocktopia. I've heard good things about Next Island. I haven't codexed much on Next Island, and so those codexes, we get ourselves some stat points. As you see, I'm only a couple of codex ranks right now from a new stat point. Um, and so that's always tempting. Go hunt some Cyclopses, some of those little monkey things. I don't actually know what monsters they really have on Next Island very much. I noticed I've been told there's some daily crafting though, for an engineering and then for make textile, I think is what the guy said. And so we might check when we go to Codex Next Island. We'll check that out. I'm just not sure if that's next or like our second next. We might go back to Rocktopia first. It'd be nice to get some of those kill missions lined out before they codex that planet, since it's the only planet that hasn't been codexed. Those iron missions will get locked in to the iron mission on whatever tier you're at when they finally codex, and so I'm try to get to the level right before I want. And so, like for instance, on Cyrene, I went to And Hammer We Trust 4 and I finished it. I knew that 5 gave the stamina points, but I waited. I literally got on to 5 and stopped until they codexed, just so that I could get codex the entire time that I had to kill the 7,500 points for that In Hammer We Trust 5. Oh, boom! That's a reasonable global right there. A little 20, 25 peg, almost 26 peg global. We like it. We still got a little ways to go on our codex, though. I was really hoping to get a codex on that today. So we're going to keep going for a little bit. We haven't really used very much ammo yet. We've already got the reward at the end that we get to claim. We got a nice global. And so we're going to keep hunting for a little bit and just see what kind of loot we're going to get. But mainly I'm just pushing that codex up. I'd like to get to that next rank. Because every 5 codex ranks is a stat point rank, which is the easiest way to raise up your stamina. Might be the only way. Honestly, I've never got a stamina point that wasn't tokens from a mission or this attribute challenge. Oh, that was a nice little mini hit there. that Dahhar skin and that Dahhar hide is used in some carpentry blueprints, but I don't think it commands much of a markup. But let's take a quick look. Yeah, low markup. Oh, the Dahhar hide's not bad markup. 300% is reasonable. Someone must like one of the carpets that it goes into. As you can tell, it does take a little while to codex through the upper ones, especially because I'm hunting youngs to olds. Um, I don't know where there's a good higher maturity spot for these Dahars on Toulan. Maybe we'll try and look into that the next time that we try to work up the codex. Otherwise, we'll be out here churning through tons of youngs. I don't want to use the term babies because there's actual juveniles outside of Garden Village, and it just sounds bad when you're like, "I'm gonna kill 1,000 babies." That's a no. And so we'll be hunting these young monsters out here. Um, but to get this codex up to 25, you're gonna have to kill a lot of these ones. Um, I guess they have a instance generator up on that flora and fauna island. I don't know if they have Dahars up there. Um, maybe I'll get into the chat and ask, um, or just go up there and take a look around. I guess I could just look too. Use my investigative skills. Um, that allows you to generate an instance with them. And I think it allows you to maybe have some say in the maturity. Um, I remember doing that for one of the Jeef ones. There's a Jeef spawn. The only Jeef spawn is the Zahir one, I think it is. The other one has an a wave event. But this one, the only spawn I found was mixed with those. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. Dahhal, Duhol. Um, and I wasn't trying to do both at, at the moment. I was trying to work one up, and so I ended up using that instance generator for those. Um, and I think it gives you like an hour. The only thing I caution is don't have your vehicle out in the instance when it expires. I had my Slipnir out when it expired, and it actually went into some weird limbo land in which I had to get customer support to retrieve it because somehow it went into, I think they called it my global storage. In any event, the storage that I can access as a player is where it got sent to. And so just make sure that you don't have a vehicle out when the instance expires is the only thing I caution if you're going to utilize those. And maybe they fixed that by now, but I haven't. I've only done that one time. Um, and so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do an hour hunt up in one of those for a codex later on in the week. Hopefully, we'll have time to do that before this monthly event rolls around. I guess in the monthly event that there's a chance, ever so slight, that you can loot a land deed for Toulan, like a apartment or a booth or something like that. I seem to recall that being a thing. I assume that's still a thing. Um, just because it's a great way to drive traffic to the events for the planetary partner. All right, and we're closing in. We're in that last 5%, which is probably still a fair amount of kills, honestly, but not 1,000. It's not 1,000 more kills. And so we're gonna, man, they've definitely upped the spawn out here. There is no doubt in my mind. I think that Gorgon Shade that people just globaled on. I think that's over on Next Island. I think that's one of the event mobs that they have over there. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really been to Next Island in, well, since in years, actually, a couple years. I went there originally to visit ancient Greece and get that sword that everyone gets. what's it called? The Falcata, I think it was. And then I left. I spawned some of the 40 hit point Cyclopses, hung out for a minute, and then bounced. And I actually hadn't been back. Um, and they've done a bunch of good stuff with that planet um, in the last year or so, including release some deeds for it. I have a few deeds. They don't pay exceptionally well, obviously, because it's a low populated planet. And so the amount of pet that cycles through it to generate returns for their deeds is pretty low. Oh, we got a little skill up generated. I didn't see that happen. 106%. That's a nice one. That's a good way to help us gain extra skills as we finish out this last couple of percents on this codex here. 2% to go. All right. We're in the home stretch. That final 1%. I actually didn't even look at what skills are going to be an option this time around. I'm going to be as surprised as everyone else when we pull up the list. But we are definitely almost there. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to use that teleport feature. We're just going to let it... Oh, it's not going to let me unequip. Oh, because I had the wrong one highlighted. And then see what our options are. It's really hard not to take evade, and I think that's what we're going to take. Keep boosting our evader level up. Let's just take a little bit less damage each time. Give ourselves a little bit of handgun skill. We're going to go claim this reward. We'll see how much. I believe it's going to be some more handgun. And I don't know why, but this 1 minute countdown to the terminal always seems like it takes forever. Like watching water boil. Alright, here we are at the terminal. And we will take that daily. Thank you. Boom. We got 5.5 points of handgun skill, bringing us up to 2605. Again, I don't use a ton of handguns, but it never hurts because we got this drop. It seemed to work out well for our little codex hunt here today. Hope everyone's having an epic day.